Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 10 of our Astropolis Let's Play series, where, yes, I am intentionally zoomed in here because I don't want you to see what has happened to our base and everything like that. So if you're excited to see what's going on, well, keep watching. Let's get started. Mic test. 1 2 1 2. Mic test. 1 2 1 2. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where I'm intentionally looking down here so, you guys can't see the things that have happened because, in between episodes, I did a little bit of, work. Okay, a little bit of terraforming, a little bit of rearranging, a little bit of destructionating of our entire asteroid here. I was cleaning up one of the walls, and I just kept going and kept going and kept going until we had this. Okay, until we had nothing, essentially. Basically, that's where we're at. I did what I said I was going to do. I leveled out the entire... What is that sound? Is that the arc furnace? Is that the sound of the arc furnace? Maybe the sawmill? Something's making noise. Anyway, I leveled out the entire plane of our asteroid down to the level that our base was sitting at. I expanded us out a little bit here, 5 more additional blocks of space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the outer space block thing here. Put some deep slate bricks down, rounded off the corners and everything so that it looks all nice and neat, and did a thing. So I didn't move any machines. I didn't do anything like that because it took long enough just to level out our island. This is too loud. I think that's the sawmill. Yeah, okay, there we go. Didn't move anything, didn't change anything. Apparently, I've broken down a couple by accident because I was just vein mining like crazy. So I may have broken a few flints and stuff on our machines and everything, but that's okay. Who knows where they would have ended up? A lot of stuff flew over the edge and everything as we were doing it, but I did it. I took everything down. The only thing I left standing is our structure up top with our lonely door to Nowheresville now. Door to death, essentially. I left all this because I haven't moved or had the chance to move any of this stuff yet or desire to move any of this stuff yet. So I left it kind of just chilling here, and we will get that going later, and then I'll be able to tear down this little island. So yeah, that's done. I need a new pickaxe, so I have that set up ready to go for us. But basically, that's done, and we ended up with a ton of stuff. So much stuff that I had to add a separate chest just for the extra stuff that we ended up getting because we just have so much stuff that was coming in. A lot of the asteroid blocks and stuff and stone, we have a ton of this stuff. I kept breaking these down as I could as I went through. And like I said, that's not even everything. A lot of stuff flew over the edges. Some of the stuff maybe even accidentally, stuff landed inside of these. Because the hoppers are just chilling there. So it's actually a good idea to go look at all my hoppers and see if anything unsavory ended up. Yeah, see, look there and there. Things ended up in the hoppers that shouldn't have. That one should be fine. And then this one doesn't have anything on it. Okay. So that's that. You can also kind of sort of see a little structure over there that we're going to talk about here in just a moment. And that moment being now. Okay, so, and I also added a resource generator for deep slate, cobbled deep slate, and gray colored stone because I want to expand this and then replace this with the gray colored stone bricks at some point. But I think I'm going to wait for an exchanger when we can get an exchanging gadget to do that because I just don't feel like doing all of that, work because it was already a lot. And so I just don't feel like doing any more. But here's my idea. So first things first, I had to add a new mod to the pack, connected glass, because I was using the tinted glass. I had torn all of that tinted glass down. But if you remember, there's that weird texture funkiness to it. Okay, so let's grab this, and this. These are the different glass that I have. So if we place down the tinted glass, you see there that. Depending on the angle that I'm looking, there we go. Look, see that? Oh my gosh, it drives me nuts, that flickering. And I don't know what's causing that. It may be the Starlight mod. It's not when I'm crossing chunk borders that it does it, and it's not always, but it's enough that it was noticeable and driving me crazy. So I was like, okay, tinted glass I don't want to do. Tinted glass doesn't allow light to pass through, so maybe it has something to do with that. And I was like, okay, well, let me look at connected glass. Like, do we have any connected textures? There are basically none in this pack. So I went and added the connected glass mod. And I was like, okay, well, I have all this tinted glass. Could I use that? So I set up tinted glass, and unfortunately, it does the same thing. Now, I'm not going to be able to trigger it now to show you guys. Yeah, figures. It would not do it now. But it does not like to do it does the same thing where the texture gets all funky. So I was like, okay, well, that's not going to work. So tinted glass isn't going to work. Connecting tinted glass. So now I was like, what about just connecting glass? Just regular old Minecraft glass. And it works fine. So I have been cooking up glass and smelting sand up and crafting myself some connecting glass and everything so that I could build this structure over here. So first things first, we're going to come over here. This is proof of concept here with this connecting glass. My idea here is I'd like this whole structure to be enclosed in a dome because we are in space, right? So like we don't want the vacuum of space to be, you know, affecting and killing us and everything. We don't want to be working in the vacuum of space. We need to be in a dome where we can have some oxygen and everything. Obviously, ignore the gaps in the steel scaffolding, okay? Just pretend that that's not there. But we have a dome and everything over our structure, and we work within our dome. And these are our airlocks. So we have some sheet metal, some steel sheet metal, and I found these metal sliding doors from Engineers Decor. They're pretty cool. They're not expensive at all. It's just iron doors and metal bars, and that gets you 2 of them. So if we go and we hit these, they just slide open, right? I think it's just the animation so fast. I don't know if it actually slides, but I think it's so fast it looks like it slides, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, we can go through here, and then, okay, now we're out in the vacuum of space. Ooh, vacuum of space. This is our airlock. So we walk across the scaffolding bridge. We got to come over here. We got to push the button, and then, okay, we're inside. Good. And now we are inside our next dome where we are safe and protected. And yes, ideally, the airlock I would have 2 doors that I have to go through so that it could pressurize, but it was too much work. So yeah, this is our dome. And so I used that connecting glass to build this and make it like a domular shape. Cool. So this is a 13 by 13 structure, 15 by 15 with the outer blocks. I built one of these out just so I could see how it's going to work, and I'll probably build out more. I just needed more glass, but I wanted to get recording so I can make some more, like, I have some stuff on our to-do list that I'd like to make to help out with this, like our these furnaces and stuff that hopefully might be faster. I also need to get block placers and breakers and crafters going so that I can get, automated stuff. And I think that's where I'm going to put stuff here. Maybe we'll see. I might move our garden cloches over here and have it come into here. And then I need to get somewhere for like a drawer room so I can get drawers set up. I'm probably going to buy the ender chests here from the block shop so that I can have ender chests going so that I can get all the items from the garden cloche pumped into there and then into a drawer system. And actually, no, it'd all pump into a crafter. Into a drawer system. Yeah, anyway, we'll figure it out as we go along. But yeah, so that's my idea here, my setup, and then all of this stuff we can spread out now. We're not confined to just this little area here. We can move, I can rearrange, I can get our flower power, our power flowers moved and everything, and get us going. And I can probably just set up a tower power flower, something like that, and get us going. But anyway, let's move on with today's episode and get into the meat and bones of our episode. So on our to-do list, we have a lot of things. My goal is to, within the next couple episodes, I want to get to this mining belt, so that way we can start getting all of the other resources: gold, redstone, quartz, silver, aluminum, lead, and lapis and nickel, and get those inside of a garden cloche. So that way we can start working on getting, everything expanded and more items and yada yada yada, so on and so forth. So in order to do so, last episode we left off, we had our arc furnace and we had gotten ourselves the old industrial wood planks. And I think I had gotten 8 of those, if I can find where I shoved them. I know I had them. Yeah, we have old industrial wood planks. I'd like to make a couple more of these, so I'm going to throw some treated wood planks in with some coal coke. So let's grab this, and I probably have... let's do 4, and then that way I do half of this, because that treated wood's still going to be used, because we still have plenty of those thingamadudes that we have to make, but if I go throw this into our arc furnace now, I can throw this and this in there, and it'll do its thing. So it's cooking, it's melting it looks like. Yep, melts it, pours it into industrial wood planks. I don't know how we're melting wood instead of catching wood on fire, but hey, it is what it is. It's Minecraft. Suspend your disbelief. Okay, so with that being done, we now have the ability to make a lot of these things that have been on our to-do list. So first things first, I want to try and see what is this furnace, this additional or extra furnace that we have here. That it's a laboratory furnace, and then it's an electrical furnace, and it says this one's better than the other one. And I just want to know, is it faster? Is it a much better furnace? Because I'm going to need more glass if I'm going to be building more domes. So I'd like to get something like this going. So I need 2 industrial wood planks. I'm going to need a machinist research pack. So let me grab some steel from here. Luckily, we pretty much have infinite resources at this point from most of our stuff. I don't like that being an odd or off number. So let's go ahead and not do that. Well, I guess I'm going to upgrade it immediately, so it's fine, but it wasn't intended. So let's do this, and I need my bars and a hopper. Do I have any more bars left? I know I used them for the... Yeah, I still have a few. I don't know how they ended up in my mob chest, but again, when I was cleaning up, things went a little crazy. There's that, and then I need a chest, because I need another hopper, and I still have some chests. Good. So let's do this, and that's going to get me hopper if I would have grabbed my iron. And I'm going to need a total of 3 hoppers, so I might as well craft all 3 of those. And then we need a furnace. Give me all the stuff. Thank you. Okay. So furnace. So now we have a small laboratory furnace, which has a UI. I don't know exactly what this means. Now, it does say you can control shift to see more information, but before I use this, I'm just going to upgrade it. I mean, might as well just go straight to the next tier, electrical furnace, grab that, and then now we can see how this bad boy is going to work. Okay, so we got a thing. We've got stuff. We've got a thing. Small electrical furnace. Small metal cased pass-through furnace. Draw items from the input side, puts items into the inventory at the output side. Okay, so input, output. So it passes items through. Okay, and it's an automatic. So I put items in a chest here, moves items over to there. Okay, so that's a good thing to know. Can be inserted or drawn from all sides using hoppers. Okay, so it's not explicit that I have to use those sides. I can do it from anywhere. Implicitly bypasses items that cannot be smelted or cooked. Okay, so any extra things that get thrown in there won't clog up the machine. Slightly more energy and faster than a heated cobblestone furnace. FIFOs and feeders transfers whole stacks. Feeders require a bit of power. Place a hopper into an auxiliary slot to automatically draw items from inventories on the input side. Oh, okay, so I need to put a hopper in so it can automatically pull. So I need a hopper again. And then I need to get it power, but power is not a problem. We can get the power somewhere. Let's just make 4 chests. and then a hopper. Okay, so it says put a hopper in an auxiliary slot. Are you auxiliary? Are you auxiliary? Are you auxiliary? Every slot it can go into except for those ones. Oh, okay. So that's the slots it moves through. So that's got to be the auxiliary slot. Items go here, 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 here. So if I take one of these chests and I put this here and I put this here, ideally or theoretically, so now if I put this sand in here, is it going to pull? I probably have to give it power. So let's move this whole setup. To somewhere where I have some free power that's not being used at the moment. I mean, technically none of this is being used. Let's set it up here. Okay, so we're going to put chest, furnace. And now I have to make sure it faces the correct direction. Furnace. Okay, whatever. Now you're the input. That's fine. You have your hopper. Let's put some sand in there so it can smelt the sand. And then let's hook energy up to it. You have energy. You have sand. It's going through. Oh, look, there's the UI. It's cooking. I had to get hot enough. It's using about 16 RF per tick now. And it's smelting. Okay. I don't know what those buttons. Oh, smelting speed. Oh, okay. Ah, so I can make it smelt faster, though it's going to use more power, I'm assuming. How do I get that? There we go. Now it's using 64 RF per tick, but it's smelting significantly faster. Okay. Hover. Yeah, and that's the fastest it goes. And look, we're getting glass, and it automatically outputs. I like it. It's a pretty nifty setup. And it uses 64 RF per tick. This is generating 112. So we're good to go power-wise here. And it's just auto-smelting up the sand for us faster than a regular furnace did. Yeah, okay. Upgraded furnace. We'll take it. I like it. All right, so that was the electrical furnace. So we can set up multiple of those as needed. We're also going to want to get ourselves block breakers and block placers so that we can automate our production up top. And along with that, we're going to need machine frames to make crafters, at least one crafter, probably more than one, because we don't have redstone available to us yet. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a machine frame again. So we'll grab this machinist research pack. I'm just going to grab whatever. I'll grab the whole set of them, and then, I mean, we can make more treated wood. I have my jerry can right here, and it's already full too. So we're good to go there. Machine frame is going to be this recipe. That's going to get us a machine frame, and then we can get a crafter. Oh no, tier 1 crafter requires the redstone. So we can't automate it this yet. All right, that's fine. Small block breaker. Let's grab this. That's okay. We don't need to automate it just yet. We can have everything go into a chest, and we can just dump items as needed. What am I looking for? Asteroid blocks. Okay, so then let's look at, so we'll keep that on our to-do list because we haven't made that, but we're going to look at the block breaker, which is going to require an asteroid pickaxe. That requires stone sticks. I think I have stone sticks in here. Asteroid pickaxe. And now we can make a block breaker. And we need a block placer, which are going to require some more metal bars. Luckily, they're pretty cheap. Not you, but you. And the way that this works is actually fairly nice. So, for example, if I take my... well, let's do the amethyst shards, because they don't have any extra processing right now. In which I do have amethyst shards chilling somewhere because I had to make that tinted glass. Anyway, I take this drawer and I use my block placer and my block breaker. So if I have my drawer, let's go ahead and set it up. Let me get some building bricks. Where are my, not asteroid bricks, where's my deep slate bricks? There we go. So if I take these deep slate bricks, I place them here and I get my drawer and I put it down and I get my block placer. I place it like so. Okay, so there's the block placer, and it has an inventory, so it puts items in, and it will place them. And I get my block breaker. I put it here, and I have a pipe that runs. I'm just assuming this is how this is going to work for all of these setups, by the way. I've not done this yet, but this is, as far as I know, how this all works. We do this. Now it'll extract. It'll put those there, place it. That'll automatically break, and items end up in the world. But keep going. That's pulse. That's continuous. Is it not going to do it because those are in the way? Yes. So what we could do is get a hopper, and it don't matter which kind because it's not the fastest in the world. So a wooden hopper will work perfectly fine. But we can take a wooden hopper, and if we take a chest, we put a chest here, and we place our wooden hopper. Let me in there. There. Now items will fall into the hopper, and bam, look at that. Now it looks like we only get one per. No, we're still getting two. Yeah, we were getting two. It's the hopper's slow because it can only do one at a time. But yeah, look, there we go. We have automated the placing and breaking of our amethyst crystal. With that being done, now we could automate the rest of them. We just need more block placers and block placers. Block placers and block breakers. Now, yes, we only get 2 out of each time this iterates, right? We're only getting 2, whereas if we were to throw it in the crusher, we would get 6. Eventually, probably a good idea to switch instead of doing this whole thing at all, we switch over to throwing everything into the crusher and then have it all process in here. But, I mean, really, we could honestly do that now, couldn't we? If I move our crusher, like, for example, if I use that crusher, I set it up in the middle of that place there. I had all of our stuff process into an ender chest. The ender chest sits here. It gets pulled into the crusher. It could process everything for us because it really, like, we ended up with a lot of extra, like, we didn't need all the power. If I grab all these and I shove all this in here, the crusher is able to keep up, isn't it, with just these 2 power flowers. Right? We're not running out of power. I mean, technically, we do have a very small power drain. I could add another power flower and be fine with it. And I'm actually planning on, I think, moving these power flowers underground or something so that we don't have to see them anymore. But yeah, theoretically, this would work. I could just move this whole thing into our room over here, the crusher. So I have that centered, or even I shove it all the way to the back. I have the power flowers running, and then I have our garden cloches all here. I have the garden cloches get emptied into a backpack. We can have an iron backpack, and with that backpack, I use these upgrades here. The compacting upgrade from sophisticated backpacks. The compacting upgrade is fantastic because it allows slots to hold more items and compacts items in their compressed variants. So those crystals, do the crystals compress, or the clusters? That's the question, I guess. Usage. Okay, so they can only be crushed. However, these can be compressed. I'm just trying to save space. Let's look at something like gold, right? Usage. That can be compressed into a gold shard block. However, at that point, I would just want them to automatically be processed into gold. So I guess, really, do I need these compacting upgrades? No. I'd have a drawer on each. I'd put a drawer on each garden cloche still. Have the drawer empty into the crusher. The crusher process everything into a ender chest, or into a crafter tier 1. The problem with the crusher that I'm going to run into is that it does not stop. When this inventory is full, it will keep going. It will keep processing everything until it runs out of room, or it'll just dump items into the world. So that's kind of a concern. We can probably deal with that by adding some redstone to check the inventory, which is probably why the quest line has... Oh, no, that's just a timer. So anyway... I'm looking for my sticks. I want to put a lever on this bad boy so I can turn it off. Because we don't need this running right now, and I don't feel like dealing with everything getting so full. Are you off? You're gonna process what you still have? Yeah, Cole, it's still pulling stuff in. I don't want you to. Is that no? You gonna turn off for me, buddy? Thought redstone controlled the redstone. Or is it because there's stuff in there? What I'll do is throw the lever on the hopper, which I can't do on that side. Okay. I'll throw the lever. I gotta put it on a block. And I can't do it on the chest, and I can't do it there. Oh my goodness. Give me somewhere where I can put a lever so I can shut this thing off. Okay, now the hopper's off. Right? Yeah. Okay, so the hopper's done. Disabled. So at least we're not going to have anything else dump into it from there. I don't know why that one wasn't working, but whatever. Anyway, so, bam. Amethyst. And look, it's processed through and almost half of what we had already. Like, it's pretty quick. Granted, all of it's sitting inside of the placer, but yeah. So I don't know which route I want to take with that. I don't know if I want to throw the crusher over here and let it process in 6x everything. It's probably a better idea than doing this route. So whatever. Anyway, that's a possibility. So that was block placer. We also have the iron upgrade. We can upgrade our water source by getting glass panes and some iron. So let's go ahead and do that, and it'll just make our water source block faster. So if I do this and then surround it, that's an iron upgrade. On this bad boy. Bam. Bam. Look, now it's an iron upgrade. It holds 4 buckets and it generates faster too. And I'm going to assume there's higher tier upgrades for our water. Okay, that's done. So now we get into the meat, which is our mining belt portal. So that's what we want to work on. We need to get 10 of these bad boys, which is going to require 10 of these guys, which is 10 steel and 10 coke dust. And coke dust is made by crushing coal coke in the crusher. So let's grab our coal coke. I do have some coke dust too. So if I grab this and I compress that, and it figures I need to put it in the crusher, which is the machine I just shut off and filled up with a bunch of stuff. So now we have to wait for all of that to process. Yay. Let's throw this in there, though. I wish you could see, like, what's the inventory of the crusher? Like, what's inside of it right now? There's no block I can access, though. There's no UI here. But anyway, we'll end up getting the stuff out of this. And now, is this... I'm not seeing any more coal. Is this actually disabling this? Oh my gosh, now it's disabling. Okay, whatever. What I need to do now, then, I guess I just need to empty some of this out. We're going to usage the tin. Usage the tin. Usage the tin, and there. Clean out that inventory just a little bit, and now we have a bunch more tin. Nice. Okay, cool. That's that. Coal shard 2 we're gonna have to, but we're kind of sort of stuck now because I'm waiting on the stuff I need for this. We're gonna need steel, so we need a total of 10 of these mining portal frames. We're also gonna want a structure compass, so that's 11, and we're gonna need a space core, so that's 12 total of these spacesuit upgrades. So that's 12 coke dust. I have 2. I'm gonna get 9 more, so actually I need to throw another coal coke in there, and I should get some more coal coke cooking up for us if I don't already have some in here. I don't, but I'm out of room. Do I have another tank floating around? Or like the fluid barrel? Didn't I make a fluid barrel at some point? Yes, but I don't know where it's at. Or I might have used it. Okay, let's look up. What was that tank? A skystone tank is asteroid blocks and glass. Can I just, do I have that stuff? No. Sure, we'll make 2. That's fine. So we can put this here, and then this one can go here, and we're just filling up with creosote, and that's fine. But it'll get this thing running again, so that we're getting coal coke processing. Bam. So that's another coal coke. So then I'll just grab all of this, and I'll just get all of this going. And we're just waiting on that coal to process. This basically because TheAndrata messed up and threw a whole bunch of stuff in there that was unnecessary to try and test something that was unnecessary to test. But hey, it happens. So if I do this and then I hit distribute, yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, so we're kind of sort of waiting. So we'll come back whenever I get my dust, because I'd like to at least open this portal by the end of this episode. All right, we're back. I got the crusher done. That's taken care of. I'm cooking everything up in the arc furnace, and I finally figured out how this arc furnace works and how the power works. So as you can see, I bridged these power flowers over here because I clicked this fancy button that said distribute inputs in here to see what would happen, and oh my gosh, it drained all the power inside of here. The arc furnace can process more than one at a time. You can have all of these different slots processing, which makes sense. I mean, you have all of the slots available to you. So each one's got its own rate and everything. It's doing its own thing. So with those doing that, it takes, I think if I remember correctly on the wiki, it takes 80 RF per slot that is being used. And so I can basically do 5 slots with these flower powers connected before we run out of power overall. So yeah, that's basically where we're at with this. But we have our spacesuit upgrades. We have 18 of them, which is enough for what we need to do now while those cook off and continue to do their thing. So we need to make ourselves mining belts. Well, how do we do so? Before we get anywhere, we need a smithing table. Well, look at that. TheAndrata saw that and added it to his to-do list. It's the standard recipe, so it's really not anything crazy to make ourselves a smithing table. So we can go ahead and throw that there because why not? We got nowhere else to put things at the moment. But basically, we need to put these in here, and we need 10 total. And if we do that, now we have 10 mining belt portal frames. Yay. We're also going to want to get ourselves a structure compass because this is going to allow us to find structures while we're over there. So we need 4 of those and 4 of these. Bam. Oh, bam. That's going to allow us to make ourselves the structure compass. Good. We got that. And then we need to make ourselves a space core, which is how we light the portal in the first place, which is going to require another one of these. And this, and then we do this, and now we have a space core. Got it. Good, good, good. I think that was everything in our portal that required those spacesuit upgrades. So I guess I have extra spacesuit upgrades for if ever needed for anything else. Bam, go away. Okay, so we have 10 mining belt portals, we have our structure compass, and we have our space core. So now really all that's left to do is to open the portal to the mining belt. And where we're going to put that is a fantastic question because I haven't cleaned up. I haven't done anything. And I don't know if you can tear down your portal. That's going to be the issue. Now, we do have other portals that we're going to need. So this is the mining belts. We're going to have a portal to Venus, Moon, and the Mars. So you know what? What I'll do is we'll just co-opt this structure that I had planned over here. This is going to be our portal room. We'll have portals in all the corners and then maybe one in the middle or something, or 2 along the wall, I guess. It just depends on if we can break them down. But we're going to set up our first one, and we're going to set it up here. Now it is 10. Now these are breakable, right? Okay, because TheAndrata and remembering how to build portals is well, a thing. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. That would be a 3. Does it only need to be 2 wide or 2 tall? Because I have 10. I only have 10 of these pointing things. Can you make a portal like that? Yeah, you can. But it bothers me that it's not centered. So, BRB. All right, we're back and I have 12 now. So what I can do is break the floor, and I really should add some slabs underneath this so stuff like that doesn't happen. Something I can work on later. So if I do this and I do this and this, now that looks better in my opinion. And we can go ahead and light it. Boop. Mining belt portal, unbreakable. The portal itself is unbreakable. We can break the frames. Sounds like the Nether. Do we want to go through this right now? Do we want to hop through? I think not. We're going to leave you on a cliffhanger for next episode. Ha 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 ha. Because, you know, how else am I going to drive views and engagement into my next episodes? So anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Tips, tricks, or anything, let me know. I'm not going to work on building more of these platforms this episode or in between this batch of episodes, most likely, but very soon I'll get more platforms built out and we'll get things automated and all of that stuff. I really need the redstone in order to do anything, so it doesn't really hurt to wait anyway. So yeah, anyway, I said anyway like 5 times, so let's wrap up the episode anyway. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.